Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Virtual Kim, and today we're going to be looking at Tempo Forest. Now Tempo Forest started to gain popularity during Set 2, but kinda died out when Set 3 came out, and is starting to get popular again recently. Just like any other Tempo deck, this deck relies on playing on curve, and being a forest deck, it naturally can generate a lot of fairy tokens to either buff Amatas or to swarm your board. So this particular list is a popular list you can get almost everywhere. Of course they can have different variants, but the core cards are pretty much similar. Jerry is recently popular in Tempo Forest, so when you run out of cards in your hand, he can help refill it. But honestly, I think you're fine without him. But yeah, that's the intro for this deck. Let's jump straight into the game. Alright, so our first game here is against Rune. So before we start, I will talk about the Mulligan. So since we are playing a Tempo deck, we just need to play our cards on curve. So we should try to get cost 1 and cost 2 cards on our starting hand. Since we go second, we can afford to keep 2 cost 2 cards, no problem. Right, so let's see what we got here. Okay, that's a really good hand. Since we want to get those fairy engines early on, like Fairy Fencer or Fairy Tamer, right here. Okay, so if we also get Amatas like this is considered a very good hand. Okay, so alright, since we have 2 cost 2 cards, we can afford to use our coin to either play one of these cards, but since we have Fairy Tamer, I tend to play Fairy Tamer first, because there's a possibility to draw a second Fairy Tamer, or probably a Fairy Convocation, the 1-cost spell to generate 2 fairies. So that would net us 4 fairies to buff Amatas on turn 3. But well, that's hypothetically speaking. So anyway, we still want to play a coin Fairy Tamer first. Okay, that's 2 fairies. Okay. Oh, they didn't drop anything? Okay. Ah, there you go. That's a second Fairy Tamer. Now we got 4 fairies. Our Amatas will be pretty big on turn 3. And they have to deal with it. Okay, this will be a 6-6 Amatas. There we go, 6-6. Okay. Oh, they got Stormy Blast. Okay. Another one. Okay. Good, the Amatas, but we still have 2 followers left here. That's our second Amatas, and then we drop Fairy. Oh, since this is a Tempo deck, I tend to evolve whatever follower who survived on our previous turn to push for damage. Okay, they didn't have Anagria. Virgin will run into Amatas here. The Onion will clear those 1 defense followers. So since we got Roach, this will be a Roach turn for sure. Okay, push for 5 more damage. And then our next turn, if they don't heal, this will be a lethal. Okay, they didn't have any heal cards. Normal? No normal. Alright, Aria here. And then Super Evolve. She alone would deal 4 damage. And since we have coin, we can coin a fairy. There we go, we play a coin fairy to push for the last 1 damage. And that's the game beautifully closed. Okay, our second opponent here is Crest Haven. So since we don't have any low cost cards, we mulligan all. Then that's our turn 1 card. Very good. Okay, now we're worried about the second turn. Hopefully we get another turn 2 draw. Alright. That's better than nothing. Okay, since we don't have any Amatas here, we just summon any fairy we have. Switch for damage. Okay. Just play every fairy. And then on turn 4 we can play 1 synth here. Because we have a second one here. Okay. Cynthia. We managed to deal 5 damage for the apple. Okay. Oh well. That's a good card. Good draw. Heal and AoE. Alright. In turn 5 we got Blade. Refill our hand. We got an Amatas here. But Amatas on late turns is usually just for the war. Right, we're gonna be left with 1 HP Marvin. Easy to clear. Right, in this turn I actually hesitated if we should be playing Aria, but since playing Aria and just normal evolve her would be really underwhelming. Right, good play. And 7. We can play Aria now. And then just as our previous game, we can super evolve her and then we deal 5 damage in total by summoning another fairy. 5 damage in total. On turn 7, if they play Wilbur, we can counter with Odin. Okay. Unholy Vessel. Another Cynthia, because we already have Storm Fairy, we can just spam Fairy and then evolve. Oh, that's 8 damage. Alright. Do they have another board clear? Ah, Wilbur. Okay. We have been waiting for Wilbur, because that's when we will play Odin. Always save your Odin if you are against Cresthaven. Alright, that's just enough damage to lethal. Okay, so our second game is also beautifully closed. Now our third game here is against Abyss and we do not have a good starting hand. Alright, I just mulliganed the Amatas because we didn't have a fairy engine. If we do have a fairy engine, we can keep Amatas. Now that we got a turn 1 play, nice. If on the turn 2 we don't draw another one, we can just play any cost 2 cards. Just to maintain our tempo. Okay. We can just play Amatas, because we don't have any fairy. Okay, Amatas is dead now. Turn 4, okay, Cynthia then. Okay, this is a pretty challenging board to deal with. We need to have that cost 3 who can deal 1 damage across the board. But this one can only clear 3 units. 3 followers. Okay, another Cynthia here. Go for more pressure. Okay. I don't think they can clear this board if they don't have the cost 3 follower, AoE follower. Alright, this leaves them still vulnerable. Yeah, we just summon Aria and then end our turn. Alright, we still have evolve, we can still push the face. If they don't heal, they'll be dead next turn. By Odin. Oh, okay, double ward. Oh no, they didn't ward. Of course, they still have to clear our board, I forgot. Okay, destroy Aria. Oh, they have Aria on their hand. And no ward. Okay. We're winning this game again. Banish just anyone. Second ball for the win. Alright, our fourth game is against Dragon. So with Mulligan any high cost cards. Now we have Fairy Tamer as usual. We can actually coin and the Fairy Tamer. Then our second turn, if we don't get another Fairy Engine or something, we can just play Twinkle Toe. Oh, we got Fairy Engine. I just dropped the Fairy Engine. Good sign, okay. That's a good sign for us. Okay, 3 fairies and 1 Amatas. 5 Amatas. There you go. Try to deal with it. Oh. Okay, that's pretty useless because we can just arrow and then it will automatically die. The question is... okay, fairy and then Amatas. Now we have 2 Amatas with exactly the same stats. Try to deal with 7 Amatas. Oh, okay, oh dear. That's not gonna kill the other Amatas. Right. Roach to the face. For the win. Oh, this is a really fast match. This just proves how lethal it is to have Amatas on your starting hand along with Fairy Engines. So after a few games, I'd say this deck's a solid 7 out of 10. Tempo Forest can still surprise slower decks. If you hit your curve, it snowballs fast and can end games before opponents stabilize. But if you miss that curve, your tempo will just collapse. Crafting wise, I'd skip it if your vials are limited. It's fun when it works, but frustrating when it doesn't. You can climb with it in the slower meta, just remember, it's super draw dependent. Well, that's my verdict. What do you guys think? Worth crafting or just meme material? Let me know in the comments down below and I'll see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. Also consider subscribing so you don't miss the next upload. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.